All right. Tess, waiting for me to come back, still wondering progress on duplication of benefits. All right, Tessa, here's the deal. Duplication of benefits, as you know, people that might have applied for an SBA loan after the 2016 floods, you are prohibited from getting a grant in most cases from the Restore Louisiana program. We passed a bill through the House that would entirely cure or remedy that. It would take it all away. It would allow you to get a grant even if you got a loan. The Senate has not passed it. They've refused to take it up. So we've been looking at other ways, other bills to send it to them on other bills they want to pass. And so there's another bill that we'll be working on probably as early as next week where we're trying to negotiate right now with the Senate and add that language to it. So again, this has passed the House. We passed it out of the House committee unanimously, Republicans and Democrats. There's strong bipartisan support in the House. And I just urge you to continue weighing in with the Senate on this one, Tessa, excuse me. Donna, Restore said today grant program is still the same with no changes yet. When will they recalculate grants for those who did not take SBA loans? Okay, so Donna, here's the deal. We met with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. They are the agency that has provided the funds. We fought for those funds for the state of Louisiana. We were able to get $1.7 billion in funding. That is the only revenue source that is funding the Restore Louisiana program. There are no state funds in that program. It's all federal. And so under the rules from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, they have told us that if you were approved for a loan but did not take the SBA loan, that you can be eligible for the Restore Louisiana program. We recently had a meeting with the state. They are aware of that information. I cannot speak to their timing, but we will engage them and see if we engage the state on this and see if we can get an update for you. But I will say we did brief them on this. They are aware of it, and that is possible. But also let's keep in mind, Donna, that there are many people that did take a loan, and those people currently are prohibited from getting a grant from the Restore Louisiana program, and we're not going to stop fighting to get that fix done as well. And I'll just reiterate again, I guess that's a double, isn't it? But I'll reiterate that we did pass a bill through the House of Representatives that would have fixed that for everyone, whether you accepted the loan or did not. Deacon Donald Lewis, what about duplication of benefits? We're suffering and forced to get a loan. Deacon, I gave an update on this a little while ago. We passed it through the House to have a full fix for everybody to where you can be eligible for a grant. The Senate is so far refusing to pass it. We are continuing to find other bills to attach it to in the House, and we're going to keep trying to send it over to the Senate and force them to act on it. I've been in touch with Senator Kennedy and Senator Cassidy, and I know that they would support this, but I'd urge you, we need to keep pushing the Senate to act on this because the House is clearly supportive of it. It was our bill, bipartisan bill, strong vote, in fact, unanimous vote out of the committee to move our bill. All right, let's see, new sheet. James, please, what's going on with Restore? I spoke 10 earlier and no help. Actually, your question's cut off here on my paper, so let me see here. So Restore, there was an article in The Advocate on, I think it was Saturday. It was a big pie chart and kind of laid out what was going on. Look, I'll reiterate, I'm frustrated. We've been frustrated. We actually predicted this was going to happen long ago in about September of 2016. We said this was going to happen because the state did not put the proper, kind of lay the proper groundwork for this. They issued a contract too late. They gave the contractor no information, no database of flooded victims. They started collecting information from people in April and I think even first week of May maybe, and it was way too late. And so according to the Advocate article, gosh, it was, I want to say that they've only cut checks for like 64 million or something. Again, look at the Advocate article. I don't remember the numbers right off. They had approved much more than that, but they'd only cut checks for like 64 million, and that's out of $1.7 billion that we got them. But James, look, if you're still having problems, please do call our office. Let us see if we can engage. Also, it's helpful for us to see kind of the trend of problems that people are having, because we may be able to push Restore to make changes or recommend changes to them on how they could be more efficient. So James, please give our office a call, 224 225-442-1731 is our office in Baton Rouge. Monique, why does Louisiana ask for more recovery funds for rebuilding when only 1.5 of 1.3 billion has been spent to date? 1.5 million, of 1.3 billion has been spent to date. And Monique, I've said those exact words when the state has asked us and said, "Oh, we need more recovery money." You can imagine how well the conversations would go when I go to the appropriations committee and say, "Hey, we need more money," and they say, "Well, you still have 99% of the money in the bank that we gave you last time," and so that conversation usually doesn't go very well. I've shared those or relayed those conversations to the state of Louisiana and asked them to try and speed things up, and we're continuing to work with them on that. Mary Ann, having a hard time finding a contractor due to Restore not paying final payments. Mary Ann, that's a problem. That reliability of payments is very important. I know a lot of people, and I know I certainly wouldn't have the finances to float that kind of payment either. So if you can call our office, if we can help with Restore and urge them to make that payment, we're certainly happy to do that. Donna, Restore needs to recalculate grants for those of us who did not take SBA. Donna, the law that Trump did sign a few weeks ago, I'm not certain that really fixed it the way that some people think that it did. We met with HUD and talked to them about all this, but bottom line is, if you did not take the SBA loan and were approved for it, the state should have the flexibility or discretion to still give you a grant. And there are a few little caveats there, but generally speaking, you should be eligible. So, Donna, if that's not the case, please check back in with Restore. Please give us a call, and I'll see if we can help out there. But I want to reiterate, we are continuing to work on that larger fix for everybody. Okay, Cindy, if you didn't accept the SBA loan in the flood of August 16, are you now eligible to receive the Restore Louisiana? So, Cindy, effectively, yes. You under the law, you are. Whether Restore program accepts that or not is kind of a different deal. But under the law, yes, you should be eligible. If you run into problems, please give us a call, and happy to help out. Let's see, James, please hit on the Restore program. No, I hadn't. James, I think I answered another question. You said I'm ready to toss my cards in and list the property they own to move to Mississippi. James, please don't do that. Look, I know the Restore program has been frustrating. A lot of people we've been talking to have been expressing much frustration about that, and please stick with it. There is an awful lot of money that program has to hand out. It's all federal money. The state has not implemented the program the way that we would have preferred, but in any case, stick with it. There is money there, and if you're eligible for a grant, certainly get that money, and let's get you back in your home and business. Charlie, as a manufactured home dealer, the Restore program is not working. People must finance a portion of their new home purchase, which is okay, but the Restore has no draw schedule for construction, 100% after Restore's final inspection, and that puts you all at risk. And Charlie, I agree with you. I actually had a meeting with Brock Long, who's the administrator of FEMA last week, where we talked about this a good bit. One, on the whole manufactured housing program, or the trailer program where they FEMA provided trailers to folks. We talked to them about it, and just giving this to local governments, or giving people checks and letting them go to the local trailer mobile home dealers and buying their own, as opposed to spending 5, 6, 7, 8 times as much going through this federal program doesn't make sense. And I agree. And let's flag this. Make sure that we reach out to Restore on the payment schedule, the draw schedule that Charlie's bringing up. Someone else brought up the same issue on paying a contractor. So paying to buy a mobile home or paying a contractor. Let's make sure we hit them on both. Ashley, thank you, and I'll contact your office tomorrow. Great, thanks, Ashley. Joe, chose not to rebuild my house after the flood. I sold at a loss, so I could not buy another in the area that didn't flood. I initially understood that Restore was going to help, but have been turned down. Joe, if you experienced a loss and you did not otherwise get compensated for those losses. I just want to say that you should be eligible. I don't know all the specifics of your case. If you can give our office a call, we'd be happy to look into it for you, see if we can offer some guidance. 225-442-1731 is the number. Also in that note, the IRS just this week published guidance related to a bill that we introduced last year that those of you that flooded even your first dollar of losses from the flood, if you lost money, if you lost computer, you lost a car, whatever, you should be eligible for a lower tax bill. And I know that you've already filed your most likely filed your 2016 taxes. You can file an amended return and you can actually get money back. Also, if you tapped your retirement account to pay for your flood losses, you might have been hit with a 10% penalty, 25% penalty, and taxed as income on your income taxes. Those also, in most cases, will be eliminated. So you can go back and file an updated 2016 return and get that money back. So please let people know that. The guidance on how to do it was just issued today. Consult with your tax advisor on exactly how to do that. But I want to thank all of y'all for being on. I urge you one more time, if you could share this, it would be very helpful in helping us do a better job representing the 750,000 people in South Louisiana we represent. Urge y'all to continue engaging and dialoguing in your government. That's the way this is supposed to work. We represent y'all. Y'all help us identify priorities and issues and giving us good ideas. Some of the bills we've introduced have come from this venue, have come from meetings we've had and experiences we've had just traveling around South Louisiana and meeting with many of you. So help us represent you, help us do a better job representing you. And I hope you enjoyed this venue for accountability where you can hold us accountable for our actions and share ideas and different concepts with us. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for being on and God bless.